Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video on my Magic Model longboard, 8 foot. I do not work at a surf shop. I am not a professional surfer. I don't work for Walden. Just so happen to like the surfboard. This is my original Magic Model. It's from 2010. It's got a wood stringer. It's got a carbon fiber wrap on it. This board with 2 bars of wax. The fins I had on it weighs 13.5 pounds. It's always been my go-to board. I loved it. It's had some damage. I ripped the fin off of it, and I've had to cut the side out of it because it got cracked and stuff. It really takes a lot of abuse. I throw it around in the back of my truck and stuff. It takes some abuse. I was trying to get out on a really big poundy day, and I bailed off the board and dove under the wave. And when I came up, my leash was really light, and as you can see, I snapped my board in half, or close enough to half. So, with that being said, I started looking at used boards, and in the meantime, I was buying boards. I also bought a Almeric M13, which is really made for a much bigger guy. I'm pretty small. I'm only 5'6", maybe 175, so I'm not very big. That board is made for like a lot better wave days, and it's also made for a big guy. It felt kind of hard for me to control. So as I was searching, I really didn't want a used Walden, and I thought the new Waldens would be much different than the old, but they actually kept this shape and the dimensions, which I like. Now they did make some improvements to the board. It did end up getting one. Would have rather had the red, but whatever. The color doesn't matter to me. I got this board. This board does have a carbon fiber stringer, the new Walden Magic Model, and it also has a carbon fiber wrap on it, which I love. Especially being at the 90s, we had carbon fiber all over our motorcycles. So, this board felt to me a little bit slower. I know it's the same shape, but as time goes on, it gets water in it, it gets heavy, it does. I broke the fin, so it didn't have as much control. So when I got the new board, I was really surprised by how light the new board was, and how much control I had. Now, this board, I never had a longboard fin in it. I had the regular longboard fin, but on this board, I rode the regular longboard fin for a while, and then I went to a Conundrum, which I'll show you here in a minute. It's a different fin, but this board, this new Walden, really handles well. It's light, and I can really throw this thing around well, and it's a huge improvement. If you're starting out and you're not sure what kind of longboard you want to get, let me just tell you. I know I'm really pumping this up, but here on the East Coast in Florida, our waves are not that great. Some days you'll get really nice waves. Some days they'll be really soft, and a lot of days they'll kind of crumble at the top, and it'll be kind of a wave with just white water, and a lot of times it'll close out and you're riding over that closeout and hoping to land that drop and, you know, ride it out. This board's amazing for that. I mean, when I go to the beach, if I'm riding one of my smaller boards, the Pontoon or the Double Agent or the Stingfish or the Lost, I still take my Walden. My Walden comes to the beach with me every time because I might get there, it might be soft, the tide might drain out, I might be out there for 2-3 hours and the tide changes, you know, the water depth changes, and now I need my smaller board because I'm riding inside stuff. But very well made board, made in Thailand, good quality. I'll show you my fin. This is my, I think it was Gary, I'm getting old, guys. Okay, damn it. I think it's Garrett Spencer. Let me grab my glasses here. Let the old guy grab his glasses. Yeah, it's a Garrett Spencer, like I thought. Conundrum. And when I was looking up fins for these longboards, I noticed they have several different people make these type of fins, but my buddy happened to have this fin somehow, and I was like, let me try that fin. That fin's a 7.75, okay? And it is, I really didn't think I was gonna be able to tell a difference. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to tell the difference between this fin and another fin cutting because our waves are never, you know, it's not like I get good clean days to compare really to. But once I put this on there and rode this board, get you one. Once you learn to ride your board and you're really comfortable with your longboard, I don't care if it's a Walden or not, get you one of these longboard fins. Just so happens the Conundrum one is a good one. I did buy this board new. And believe it or not, it was pretty relatively priced. I believe this board sold for $1,200 back in the day. Depending on where you're at. The surf shop, a lot of people mark stuff up pretty high. I got this board in St. Augustine at the surf station. And it was $1,100. That was a good deal to me, I thought, for that board. So, if you're thinking about a magic model, you're not too big of a guy, you want to be able to ride all different types of waves, I'd say go for it. Get you one if you can find it. I've had this board out in as big as 8-foot waves here, and it's really hard to get out there in 8-foot waves. I mean, I've had times when I was like, I'm taking it out there, and it just didn't happen. I didn't make it out there. You only have so much energy in it. You get slammed. You can try the turtle roll, and you can try to duck dive and all this. It's a lot of work here. You ain't swimming out around the waves and then having a spot where the break comes in. You got to swim through it. So I give it 5 stars. I really do. I've never ridden any of their Tough Light boards or the other boards. This one happens to be the, where's it at? The Fusion board. If you're not sure whether you should get the Fusion board or the other board, I don't know, man. I think the Fusion board is the way to go, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I gotta get this wax off my hands, and yeah, that's it. So I love the board.